Hello everybody, this is Iced Blood, and this is Dark Soul. What the hell are we doing? This is not... we're on a dock. So, last episode, we defeated the Flexile Sentry, and the boat that we went on to led us here, in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by water, and we can't swim. This is going swimmingly. That... oh god. Anyway. Wary of recklessness. Good idea. Let's not go that way. We'll die. This is the next area in the game that could have been reached through the, what is that? The bird nest that I showed you, past the pursuers area where we got the current set of armor that we're wearing. And that is the way that I went last time, so I actually don't really know this way all that well, but it's a pretty straightforward path, I think. We're just going to go up and see where it takes us. I'd like to find a bonfire soon so that we could travel back to Missoula and spend our souls. Because we're still at a part in the game where 31,000 souls is quite a bit. We can get a few levels, we can get some items, we can repair, stuff like that. We have at least one weapon to repair, for example. And we're out of Estus. We only have these 8 regular life gems, and we've got like one of the big ones. So, not exactly well equipped to go exploring. So this is the Lost Bastille. Bastille is a French word that I am probably butchering. It refers to a prison. So, obviously, that's what's... ooh, bonfire. Very cool. That's why we're running across all these cells and things. And it definitely has the look of a fortress. If you look around, very square edges, heavy stone. Definitely looks like a place that's been well fortified. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let's use this before we tackle our Haid Knight. Alright, good way to start, bad way to follow up. Let's not be reckless. I just got through saying that I don't want to lose my souls. There we go. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too horribly bad. And we got ourselves a spear to go with our sword that we're no longer using. Okay, so we're gonna go... hold on. So there's no way forward. Where's that bonfire? I wonder if we missed it. Maybe it's... is it in one of the cells? I don't think it's here. Die! Ooh, hey. Whoops. Ah, wrong... okay. Whoa, holy sh... you are not welcome here. Ah. Okay. There. Now I can think. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I think we missed that bonfire. And I'd really rather spend these souls before we end up losing them. Because I don't remember this area that well, and this is a way through it that I don't remember. So, let's go back. Back into the darkness without a torch. Oh, I wonder... there it is! Yay! Bonfire lit. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back home! We've got business to attend to. So kind of a golden rule for Dark Souls is to definitely go slowly. Now I'm trying to keep things going at a steady clip for this series, but still.
Bearer of the curse.
Yeah, bearer of the curse, that's me.
Seek lest this...
Seek lest. Okay, so what are we gonna do? I still need 1 point in strength. And there we go. That's for the weapon. We're gonna get, after we finish the Lost Bastille area, there's a couple bosses we need, but then we will get ourselves an item that we need to get the weapon that I want. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab myself some more life gems. I could get 67. Seems a bit much, but I think I will go a little crazy and get 50. That should do for now.
Thank you.
Okay. We've got 5k left. What do we want to do with it? Let's see. Well, I don't think we can upgrade anything for the most part, but we can repair.
Oh, I'd given you up for dead. Almost had me worried, really.
I'm not sure if I should be flattered by that. Okay, so let's repair our spare weapon. Yeah. There we go. It is now perfectly functional again. What
I'll
is...
be around.
Yeah, okay, so we don't have anything we could do with our shield. We don't have any twinkling titanite, so... Can I? Ooh, I can. Yeah. Now I know what to do with the rest of my souls. Let's get some arrows. We can use some range. Does he sell arrows? Yes, he does. I will take, let's go with wooden. That'll be fine for now. Holy crap. Okay, how about no? Not 400. But they're only 10 souls, so... I think I'll grab myself... 150. Okay, very nice. So now we have range. And let's put those on. Okay. Now we are equipped. And I think one more thing I'd like to do. Let's see. I'd like to at least reach the first boss of this area before the end of the video. There are 2 bosses in this general vicinity, and the first one is right smack in the middle of this fortress. So now that we are re-equipped, we have plenty of healing, and our spare weapon has been repaired. Whoops, forgot about the ladder. We are now ready to explore. The big question I would have going into this area is, how many of the enemies were guards of this prison? And how many were prisoners? For that matter, how many prisoners can actually fit here? This is a pretty big area, but then again, a lot of the enemies here are very big themselves. Now this guy has the look, maybe he was a guard. He kind of looks like a guard. So these are the guards of the Lost Bastille. For whom are they guarding? Is this King Vendrick's prison? Is this where he sent his criminals? I'm not sure just how much sway Vendrick had over this place. Clearly he was king, and he was, you know, the herald tells us, or she asks us rather, when we first meet her, she goes, "Are you the next monarch?" And says we have to go see Vendrick. So clearly there hasn't been a king since Vendrick. But I gotta wonder how much influence he actually had here. Because kind of a hallmark of the Souls series in general is ineffectual leadership. Because in every Souls game so far there has been a king. In Demon Souls it was King Allant the 12th. In Dark Souls 1 it was Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, and then here we have Vendrick. And in each case, I have to question their leadership skills. Seems to... oh, well, alright. As befitting a prison, the gates are locked. Ow! Shit. Walked straight into that one. What the hell? Hacks. Ah. Okay. Okay. There we go. I like having lots of life gems. They don't heal for much, but we don't have much health, so it works out fine. These dogs seem a lot easier in this game than they were in previous Souls games. Dogs are kind of the bane of many a player's existence, for the most part, but these guys are okay. Ooh, gold pine resin, that'll prove useful. Gold pine resin gives you lightning damage temporarily. You can infuse your weapons with lightning or fire or dark through another blacksmith. And I think he's actually in this area now that I think about it. But the thing that resins do is, one, it adds a little versatility. And two, usually an infusion changes the scaling. So like, our Falchion here gets a B in scaling with dexterity, which means that it's a fairly decent, it has a fairly decent return for every point in dexterity that we have. Now, if we infused our Falchion with some element, that might change to a C, or it might even go away entirely. Now, for a build like ours, IB is going to be a dex build. He's primarily going to be based around dexterity, so he's going to use weapons like this one. So he would be better suited to having resins, or like the aromatic ooze that adds magic, or whatever else we might happen to find, to add elements to our weapon through items. The other benefit to using those is that since they're temporary, they tend to be stronger. Right? So like if we have a lightning weapon, compared to a weapon with lightning resin on it, I'm pretty sure we get a better return. Now, I'm no scholar of Souls, so I'm not positive, but that's my going theory. Now, I said that we were trying to get to the boss, the first boss in this area, and this is it. So let's use that and see how we do. Say hello to the Ruined Sentinels. These guys are empty animated suits of armor, and there are 3 of them. This feels like one of the notorious boss fights in Dark Souls 1 was Dragonslayer Ornstein and Executioner Smo. And the biggest difficulty spike with them is that there were 2 of them. And I feel like maybe this boss fight is kind of a throwback to that. Like saying, okay, yeah, you thought 2 bosses at once was hard, try 3. But technically, it's actually, you only ever fight 2 at a given time, because this one shows up first, Yahim. And once we kill him, or her, I'm not entirely sure which, once we kill it, the other 2 will show up. Okay. So the key to a fight like this one is position. These guys have very, very long reach with their nice long war hammers, or whatever they're called. I'm not sure if there's a different name for a hammer with a handle that long. But suffice to say, positioning is most important, not only because of the reach, but of course, after this one's down, we're going to be fighting a pair. We're going to be fighting Alicia and Reese. Or Riche? Is that Riche? Yeah, it looks like Riche. I'm not positive on that. Don't quote me on any of these pronunciations. I'm not entirely sure. But I think it's Riche. So Alicia and Riche will fight us together after Yahim is dead. And that means that we have to make sure that whenever we hit one of them, we're actually in a defensible position based around the other. Okay, so Yahim is down. We have one more ooze that we're going to use. Ooze we're going to use. And hopefully... is that going to work? Doesn't seem like it did all that much. Okay, so there's Alicia. There's Riche. Hello. So, here's the fun part. We have to kill both of these in the wider arena, which means these 2 have a different move set based on how much room they have. And unfortunately, these pillars won't do us much good. Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but I'd rather not take the same route this time as we did last time. So, what I'm going to do now, instead of going after them and taking my souls back and charging in like I did with the Pursuer, I'm going to do a little bit of extra work and set myself up properly. And I think I went to the wrong spot. There's a couple things I want to do, since our first fight didn't go so well. And no, because this... Does this... Yeah, that back that way heads to No Man's Wharf. We don't want to go there. Where we want is the forest, I think. Yeah, I think so. Let's try. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. So we're back. No, not... I don't think it's down. I think we want to go the opposite, actually. Yes, here we go. Okay. This is where we need to go. Now this door here is locked, and you'd think, well, we need a key, but actually, we can break it down. There's a couple things in here. There's one thing in particular that I need. Is it in... Is it in here? Let's see. No, although repair powder could be useful. Let's try in here. What do we got in here? Okay, that's a hole. I think this is it. Yes! Estus Flask Shard. And an enemy, because why not? You can go to sleep. Okay, and I think that's basically all we need. What's this? Ooh, Radiant Life Gem. Alright. I will take it. Okay, so an extra Estus Flask definitely can't hurt. Although Life Gems, I think, are mostly more useful in boss fights because you activate them quicker. But Estus Flasks, of course, do more healing. The healing itself is quicker because once it's activated, your life bar goes up faster. So, okay, so we're gonna go back. Wait, no, do we have to? No, we're in the right place. Okay, good. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go back to the Pursuer's place, and we're gonna go to that bird's nest that I showed you. Because that will lead us to an area that's a bit more advantageous when it comes to fighting the Ruined Sentinels. So, I think we can basically avoid these guys, right? We've proven ourselves. We know that we can handle them. So there's no real point in trying to fight them off. This is a lot of the game, once you reach a later part, is honestly just properly avoiding enemies instead of fighting very slowly. Basically, it's a thing that happens when you know where you're going. You know, once you've explored an area, basically, and you know exactly where the placement of everything is, you can basically start moving more quickly, and just avoid fighting altogether. Certainly more useful here, since we've been through this place quite a few times at this point. So we're going back up here. Alright, and then through here, this is Pursuer's Arena. And then we're going through this hole here. And where is it? Okay. See that statue over there on the left, by the way? Pay attention to that. We will be visiting that later. So, examine. And here comes our ride. Excellent. Here we go. Now here's the thing about this particular bonfire. Once you show up here, once you basically follow the route out, you can't go back. The only way back to this bonfire after you've left a certain spot is to use a homeward bone. Visions of boulder, really? Yep, that's very clearly a boulder. The only way to get back to this bonfire once you've reached a certain point, and I'll show you where it is, it's basically right over here. See, we drop down a little bit there. Once you reach that point, the only way to get back to that bonfire is to die or use a homeward bone. So, we've reached the point of no return. But I'm going to show you... Let's see, let me try and remember the way out. Because this is a much quicker way to get to the boss. So remember that door we found that was locked? Here it is right here. Or it doesn't open from that side. Sorry, that's what it was. Well, here it goes. So. This is what we were looking for, right here. Now, I'm actually going to end the video here. We're going to head back to Majula for thematic purposes. Oh, wait. I remember now. I just got finished saying you can't go back. I am a smart one. Okay. Okay, well, I think... Do we still have... Yes. Yes, we have our homeward bone. We're going to go back to Majula. We're going to give the Estus Flash Shard to the Emerald Herald. And then next time, we will return to the Ruined Sentinels and try our hand again and see how well we fare. So that's going to pretty much be the end of the commentary. I'm just going to go back to the Emerald Herald and I'm going to get myself my third Estus Flask. So hope you enjoyed this episode and make sure to subscribe so you know when the next video comes out. Alrighty, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to let IB do his business and I'll see you next time.
So that I may help you.
Bye-bye.
To see light, to see hope, however